There we go. Let's see how well it works.
Since there was no freedom.
Might be the squeak toy.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, we're not even live.
Yes, we are.
It says. Okay. Yeah, we are. Never mind. I'm reading something. Okay. Let me look. Yeah. Let me look on my phone.
Not looking live for some reason. Oh, we are live. We're live.
Okay. We're live.
But there's be some weirdness going on there. No, I think we're good. Okay. A minute for everybody to come back in. You know what? Maybe we should have let the intro go.
It's okay.
All right.
No, we're not live. I'm not on Facebook anyway.
Oh, we might have broke the one. Hi, this is what the show looks like when shit goes wrong. YouTube is freezing. Twitch is stabilizing, hopefully. And let me see here.
Is it this platform that we're using? Do we have to pick a new one?
Usually I have to do the registration like 10 minutes before the live stream goes live, and this might have been a problem for Facebook. So we may have to redirect them over to YouTube, or there's some sort of issue.
No, YouTube keeps freezing, that you said. Yeah.
That's what we're being told. Let me see here. It's looking fine right now. All right. And that's for Facebook now. I wonder if I don't have a producer. Or when I am the producer. That would be it.
I don't know.
All right.
Can find you on my iPad, but not on my TV. Better now. Facebook out. Yeah, that's what I thought. Facebook is out.
All right. So Facebook is going to be out. We apologize for those.
Twitch is a better place to be anyways. Not freezing anymore. YouTube is good. Okay. Well, forget Facebook.
All right. So apologize to all that. We shall continue. And I need to reset up a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, crap.
This won't take long. I will.
What was her name again? Cowell. No, I already looked it up.
Saunders Cowell.
Yeah.
Saunders Cowell. But in the meantime, we're going to go into the next story because now we're going to jump into our favorite police updates. So the first one we'll start off with is actually a video from APTN. And we're starting off in New Brunswick with the following.
I'm outside the Carleton County Courthouse in Woodstock, New Brunswick, where Court of King's Bench Justice Christy Bork acquitted Corporal Andrew Whiteway of aggravated assault. The decision comes after a week-long trial earlier this year. Bork heard testimony from a dozen witnesses, including officers who were on the scene. The alleged assault happened on June 13, 2024. Christina Gillis, who is from the Eskazoni First Nation, called police to her home near Richmond Corner for help, saying her daughter was in distress and fled to the woods. Gillis testified police were disrespectful and she confronted an officer to de-escalate the situation. Gillis alleged Corporal Whiteway threw her to the ground and punched her in the face and sustained fractures and cracked teeth. Whiteway testified they both fell and he hit Gillis because she was resisting arrest. Deanne Sack is from the Sabaganagati First Nation, attended court on behalf of the Gillis family, who were too upset to attend. Sack says Gillis was denied justice.
And the trauma-informed approaches, we're forgetting that this is a lady. She's a mom. She's a sister. She's a daughter. She's, you know, this is a woman who called the police for help. She needed help. What message does that send across our nation? Today is truly a sad day in Mi'kma'ki. It's a truly sad day for our sisters across our nation.
Bork said Gillis and her family's testimony included inconsistencies, and Whiteway's testimony was consistent and supported by witnesses. Bork told the packed courtroom, considering the evidence, Gillis interfered with police and resisted arrest. Therefore, the use of force was not excessive. Angel Moore, APTN National News, Woodstock, New Brunswick.
Imagine calling the fucking police for help and then all of a sudden you're being arrested and then accused of resisting arrest and getting punched in the fucking face by a cop. That's so fucking gross.
I just don't get why people say they don't trust cops. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I call the cops for help, and then they punch me in the face, and they arrest me, and then they charge me with resisting arrest, and then I even have photos, by the way, to show the person, the victim, and the bruises are very, very severe. But yeah,
that's disgusting.
Yeah. Now, I also got parts of the CBC article because I want to show us something in particular about this. Same article, same story. But when you're reading through it, New Brunswick judge acquitted the RCMP officer of an aggravated assault charge he faced. Court bench said she accepted the testimony of Corporal Whitway, punched and kneed Christina Gillis while she lay on the ground, resisting his efforts to arrest her outside her home in Richmond. Reading the entire article, there was no mention of the fact that she called the cops there. Like, at all. No mention whatsoever. Yeah. Just that, they were there. The daughter went to forest, and she went out and interfered with the cops when they were there, and so therefore they had to arrest her. And she was resisting. Therefore, they had to be really physical with her.
Who's the fucking idiot that wrote that article? Show his face.
Aidan Cox.
Aidan Cox.
Or CBC News. Yeah.
Fucking loser.
So it's just a bizarre story where you went from. She called the cops and just, we're just not going to mention that particular part at all.
You cannot. Okay, there's two things to this. One, it's Indigenous women.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep. And the genocide continues here on Turtle Island.
Correct.
And no, they do not need to trust the fucking cops. Mm-hmm. It's disgusting that the system allows this to happen. There's no need for her to get punched in the face or it to escalate to that level. There was no need, especially since she called the police for help. And how does it turn like that if she's calling the police for help? And even if she's hysterical about her daughter, let's just say she was hysterical because her daughter is missing. Do they not have any fucking skills at all to try to make her feel safe? And to say that we are going to do everything we can to find your daughter? Like, do they have zero fucking compassion? And then furthermore, the bitch got fucking acquitted. That stupid asshole got acquitted for using force. And I went to jail for 9.5 months because to a Nazi, to a fucking Nazi. A bunch of Nazis, actually.
So, trigger warning for those in regards to harm here. Just gonna validate a couple of images.
Yeah,
here.
I'd like to see her face. They fell and he hit her by accident. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
So these were images that she able to see.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's not them just falling. Oh my God.
Yeah. So this is apparently procedures.
What's the goof cop's name?
Give me a second here. Oh, hang on a second. It's actually in the... Yeah, Corporal Andrew Whiteby.
Whiteby or Whitby?
Whiteway.
I'm telling you, we're in a Marvel comic. Whiteway. It's like these last
If it
names.
was William Whiteway, I'd agree. It's a very Marvel thing.
Well, Whiteway. Fucked up.
So yeah.
That's fucked up. This is why you don't call the police.
Yeah. It is. And it's, again, I still believe that there's people who put forward ideas in regards to Indigenous people having their own people to be the ones to patrol. I think that's a fantastic idea. They're at least linked to the community. They know how to, talk to the community or be part of the community, then try to support the community as opposed to whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, they probably went in there with biases in there and probably made stupid, racist, or patronizing, shitty comments to her about her daughter or about what's going on. And yeah, instead of doing what they were called to do, which is to help find her daughter that is, in the woods, in distress.
Yeah. Correct. But, that's just too inconvenient.
That face is not somebody who just fell. They didn't just fall together. And that judge is disgusting.
Yeah, I agree. Now we move to another one, which is in Toronto. This one's a little bit bizarre. And so when we came across this one, there was a tweet that said this one almost fell off the radar, but more articles came out about it. Man charged in fatal North York shooting is a former Collingwood cop. OPP confirms. Daniel Stopnicki, 47, suffered several head wounds in a shooting, police said. So, a man charged with second-degree murder in a North York shooting last week is a former Collingwood police officer and York University executive. CBC News has confirmed. Michaelo Marcevic, 67, was arrested and charged on April 30th after Toronto police were called about a shooting in the area of Marley Avenue and Glengrove Avenue West around 1 p.m. Police located a man later identified as Daniel Stopnicki, 47, of Toronto with multiple gunshot wounds that appeared to be head wounds, according to...
Where did Joe go, you guys?
Whoops.
Where did I go? There I am.
You're right here. Church is down again. Is Facebook up, though? You seem to be having some weird problems with TikTok Studio right now. With Talk Studio, which is our app that we're using right now. If that's the case, we may need the Twitch people. Can somebody confirm if Facebook is running right now? Let me check here.
Why would Facebook be running if...
Yes, Facebook's running. I can see us right now on Facebook. All right, so I will send out to everybody here. So for everybody here, there's the Facebook alternative, and I'm going to send out the YouTube alternative as well into the chat. And hopefully it gets to Twitch people. And we will continue on.
Okay.
All right. During this time, as an officer with Collingwood Police in the early 1990s, numerous times with assault, according to reporting from the Sun Times, a local newspaper based in Owen Sound. In one instance, Markisevic was charged with uttering threats and assault causing bodily harm against his mother. The charges were later dropped after she failed to appear in court, the Sun Times reported. In another instance, the Sun Times reported that a jury acquitted Markisevic of assault and obstruction of justice after he allegedly punched a man in the face and threatened a witness.
Superb.
A review of public records by CBC News found Markisevic was also employed as an assistant vice president of campus service and business operations at York University in the early 2000s. York successfully sued Markisevic and other parties for defrauding the university with numerous fraudulent schemes that total over $1 million in damages, according to court documents. Over the period from 2007 to 2010, Mr. Markisevic held a senior and trusted position at York. He abused that trust for his own personal gain. He masterminded 2 fraudulent schemes, which he implemented through his subordinates, the judge's decision said. Staff at the Ontario Court of Justice in Toronto also told CBC on Monday that Markisevic was previously charged with fraud over $5,000 and laundering the proceeds of crime, but the charges were withdrawn in 2013. This guy
Yeah, I just found his court papers from York University.
Damn. Like, I don't even know where to start with him.
Yeah, he's a pretty corrupt dude. A whistleblower came forward with allegations that Mr. Markisevic, reference agreement, Mr. Markisevic employment at York was terminated without cause. Mr. Brown's employment was terminated in April 2010. There's a lot here. And then in 2012, he brought a claim against him. Okay, anyways. York alleges that Mr. Markisevic was the mastermind of 2 fraudulent schemes that he had perpetrated through his subordinates, including Mr. Brown. York further alleges that Mr. Markisevic used York employees to work on his residence in Collingwood and in Vaughan at York's expense. Okay, so he was
not a good dude. Like, this guy is a pattern of problem.
Markisevic, where's that name from? Sounds
I'm not sure specifically, but I'm thinking Slavic for sure. But even like that, not that it makes any difference, but for him himself, just there is a pattern,
yeah,
and a history with this guy. Like, this is not a one-off with this guy. This guy has been terrible for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was a cop. We keep...
Well, you know how they like their criminals working the beat. We're seeing it now.
The beat is supposed to be an expression, not what you actually do on the job.
Yeah. That's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's...
He's going to get off too because he used to be a cop, so it'll be fine. He'll be
probably.
good. Yeah. 0 consequences. White dude, he's fine.
I mean, now this is now another sort of situation of, in regards to this, it's like, aside from the murdering, which is terrible, or attempted murder, I guess. I'm not sure of the status if the person survived or not. Second degree, which is interesting because that means there was no premeditation. This guy was just willing to, like, yeah, I'm going to do this right now.
In the heat of the moment.
Yeah, but also the corruption, the blatant corruption that he's also doing. Like, And again, we've got this guy in Collingwood, the Toronto 7. Corruption seems to be a lot more in Ontario than just on the surface, and I think more is going to be coming out. Hopefully
Yeah.
people start to learn that. Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. Hey, Cap. I mean, that would be it for this stuff in regards to faults of the police and corruption. Except, no. We have one more. Back in Ottawa, sexual assault allegations against Ottawa Police Union presidents being investigated by Watchdog. President of the
Okay.
union.
Go ahead. Marvel Comics. The sexual assaulter's last name is Cox. What the fuck is happening? This world is trolling me. Okay, carry on.
President of the union of our rank and file Ottawa police officers and civilian members has been accused of sexual assault dating back to 2008. CBC News has learned. On April 17th, email from the board of directors of the Ottawa Police Association obtained by CBC states that Matthew Cox is being investigated by Ontario's Police Watchdog, the Special Investigations Unit. The union board that the allegation against Cox is unrelated to his work. The union board wrote that the allegation against Cox is unrelated to his work with the union and that Cox remains president.
Oh, cool. He gets to keep his job as president.
Yeah. As SIU investigating OPS sexual assault allegation. The SIU is currently investigating a sexual assault allegation involving the Ottawa Police Service and was notified about the allegation on March 25th, according to the Watchdog's website. The unit wouldn't confirm that Cox is the subject of the investigation. It said in an email Monday, officers are only identified by the unit if they end up being charged. To date, Cox has not been charged. The SIU investigation will determine whether there are grounds to lay criminal charges or not. In response to questions about Cox, the Ottawa Police Service wrote in a statement that it became aware of a historical sex misconduct allegation against a member, not specifying him, on March 24th, the day before the SIU was notified, and that it immediately notified the SIU. It deferred all other comment to the watchdog. The SIU investigates the SIU investigates fatalities, serious injuries, shots being fired, and allegations of sexual assault involving police in Ontario. Cox became president of the Ottawa Police Association in December 2022. He joined the force in 2006.
And the allegations started in around 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 years into him being a cop.
So the allegation, and again, so I will preface that the allegation is not. He's being questioned, but they're quite clear in saying that he may or may not be involved. Could be.
So then why did he make the newspaper if they can't confirm that he's involved?
Well, he made the newspaper because he's being called in to answer questions about it. It could have been reference to a partner or whatnot. Obviously, he made the newspaper because he is the president of the police service union.
Okay.
It's a large enough position that, you know what, they want to see if they can talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's significant enough, is all I could say. Now, what occurred? Obviously, hopefully the charges do come out when the investigation comes through. But I believe the source that we got from this was from Mob Infiltrator, aka Paul Manning, who apparently is not too confident about the SIU investigating this because there's a close relation between the SIU and the police.
Yeah, of course. It's all a joke. Like, you saw what happened to Jollywall or Jowell or whatever his fucking name is. Like, anyways.
No, absolutely.
Okay,
so,
well.
actually, oddly enough, But just to point this one out, when does the province step in to investigate OPS? They actually have, and we talked about this a couple of
Well, they
weeks back.
haven't yet. They've made a statement
Mhm.
that they're going to be investigating the police all across Ontario.
Correct. They will be investigating them all, and it's not going to be specifically for this. They're going to be investigating them for corruption.
Well, sort of. They're
Yeah.
going to be investigating them on their procedures, on how they hire and the training and, that sort of thing. But nothing's going to come out of this inquiry.
I'm losing confidence. I'm losing confidence, Dana.
It's bullshit. It's just Doug Ford trying to pretend that he's doing something because the province is pissed because we have so many issues with our police forces and our budgets keep increasing and increasing and increasing, and we're not seeing any value in that at all.
All we're seeing is more corruption.
100%. More corruption, anyways, I forgot what I was going to say, but yes, absolutely. That's what we're seeing.
Yeah. And it's not great. I mean, why are we paying, and again, having police services, I understand. But having police services that are not in the public interest, and if anything, they themselves are shaking the public confidence. Like, what's the value in this? When it's
I remember what I was going to say. Instead of figuring out the car thefts in Toronto, the Toronto police advises people to put their keys close to their door so that people can access the keys so they don't break apart their car when they're stealing their car, or go through their entire house to, just stupid bullshit like that. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Absolutely is. So hopefully we're going to see some investigations that go through, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to get some good pushback until we get politicians in there that are actually going to be in there to mandate it.
Yeah, Doug Ford doesn't care. Sorry, I keep yawning, you guys. It's been a long day, but anyways.
It has been.
It's not that I'm bored. Listen.
Cops bore you, I know.
I think, well, they annoy the shit out of me. However, we shit on cops a lot, and we've made it a thing, a regular police accountability thing on our show. And we're going to keep shitting on cops, and we're going to keep holding them accountable. But sometimes there is a cop that will do something that is worthy of recognition, like being a human being and actually, seeing something that needs to be addressed. And this ended up in my inbox just yesterday, I think, where I saw it, and I felt like we need to give a little bit of airtime to Sergeant Brennan of the OPS.
Look at my sign again. Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be taken down, okay?
Oh, really?
Section. Okay.
Are you a pedophile supporter too?
No. It's really, really getting close to hate speech. That is, okay?
A man cannot be a woman.
Well, you're ignorant. We talked about that already. Yes, right there in that camera. Hello. Okay, Sergeant Brennan is saying that you're ignorant if you think this. Okay? So we're going to talk to our sections.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Okay? And we'll have the sign taken from you, okay?
You're going to take my property? You're an idiot. You work for a pedophile. You work for a pedophile. Bye. Attempt to arrest me and take my property and calling me a transphobe.
Have I arrested you? You are a transphobe. That's very, very clear. You are a trans.
I'll make a complaint about you too.
Please make a complaint.
Yes.
Okay. Give him my name.
Yes,
give him
I
your
have
name,
your name
okay?
already.
Francine
Yes,
Garcia
yeah.
Is definitely
Yeah.
a transphobe, a homophobe, and a bigot.
Homophobe? No, I'm not homophobe. I'm not homophobe, and I'm not transphobe, because a man cannot be a woman. A man cannot be a woman. Bring me to court, idiot. Bring me to court. I can't fucking wait. I wish I was a little nicer. He's lucky I didn't put a charge on him last year. But then now I got the two names of the two cops on Elgin Street that said that it wasn't a crime or against the law to walk around in a thong. I got both names, Officer LeBlanc and Officer Ireland. And now I can make another complaint. Brennan being called ignorant to this matter. And Officer Brennan claims that I'm ignorant. Imagine being called a bigot, transphobe, and homophobe for
being a bigot,
Transphobe, and a fucking homophobe. Now, some of the video that you guys didn't see is her, or she posted. Actually, I sent you those posts, Joe. I don't know if you had time to put them up, but anyway, it's okay. She's going on about how she's gonna sue the police because of something, whatever, defamation. Listen, bitch, it's not defamation if it's true. Okay, you're a fucking transphobe. You're a bigot. You're not just ignorant. You're a hateful bitch. Okay, that's what you are, Francine Corsi. And he couldn't say the hateful bitch part, but he could say the other stuff, and he was spot on. So props to Sergeant Brennan for calling out the dumb bitch bigot, Francine Corsi, who gets joy out of treating people like shit for no fucking reason. And just because you don't understand it, Francine, it doesn't mean it doesn't fucking exist. Okay? You garbage pile piece of shit fucking goof. Anyway.
That's right, Mandy. Yes, Mimi. Francine, also known as Mimi.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and not only do I see this in regards to Francine, Francine's always going to be sort of the template in regards to transphobe. But you see this whether it be transphobes, you see this with racists and everybody else. They do not see themselves as being the very thing that they're being.
Yeah.
You are being a transphobe. Like, your very statement is like, trans, men cannot be trans women. That's transphobic.
Yeah. Because you're a fucking uneducated
loser
who doesn't have a fucking job, probably didn't work a goddamn job in your life because you're uneducated, okay, as a fucking tool, loser. And no, she's just a garbage pile. And it's good to see that there's a cop willing to say something. She was very upset. You also didn't see in her idiotic footage that he took a picture of the sign because I think he's going to do an investigation. And then the fact that she says, "Are you supporting pedophiles?" He warned her. This is bordering on hate speech, and it is. And in fact, at the Pride Parade 2 years ago, she should have been arrested for hate speech because of the garbage that she was saying, instead of fucking Doyle acting like a, whatever, just, oh, that's hate speech. And then does fucking nothing about it while she's spewing her garbage. Okay.
We both know also that the measure for hate speech, like, it's a high bar for it to be.
She was there. She was, yes, at the Pride Parade. Yes, I have video of it, and I saved the video of it, and I was fucking pissed. And they could have still removed her from the situation There are kids there. It's a celebration. It's the Pride March. It's the celebration of the entire movement. And she's sitting there yelling out these very offensive, disgusting terms that you can't say because it is hate speech. And instead of arresting her, he's just like, fuck off,
Yep.
Doyle. Do your goddamn job. But Brennan over here is actually, you can tell that he meant it. You can tell that he didn't just stop because, he doesn't like these people or whatever. It's because of how vile and disgusting they are. And you're missing also when Brian Dirksen is yelling in the microphone the same fucking bullshit. They said it over and over again, and I cut out a lot because it
It's a lot of
was,
repetition.
yeah, and it was just vile and disgusting for absolutely no reason. Bunch of fucking losers still on Wellington Street spewing out hateful garbage rhetoric because they're backwards fucking bullies who know shit. Like, they're so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like the dirt pile that you find in, like, I don't know, behind your fucking fridge.
Again, the numbers have pretty much died down in regards to Wellington Street. What remains there is very
Oh, there
small
was
too.
3
And
of
what
them
does
there.
remain there gets worse and worse.
There was 3 of them there at the time. It was Brian Dirksen, some dumb bitch in a fucking lawn chair, and Francine walking around all proud of herself like a goddamn pigeon. Peck, peck, peck. Fucking strutting along thinking that she did something there. God, she's a fucking idiot.
She did. She proved the ridiculousness of what's remaining.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to take this particular, whatever, this leftover group, anything seriously. They're screaming about mandates. They're screaming about surgeries in schools that not exist. They're screaming about things that are fiction.
Yeah.
That is what we need to worry about. Sorry. There's no value to this thing.
They're just the mentally unstable stereotypes that are downtown just yelling out nonsense. That's what they are.
Well,
that's what they are.
The other version that's this is the equivalent to the old man yelling at clouds, but
Yeah.
it's also dove deep into those
They are
the
cockroaches.
depths of the internet where the conspiracies are, and they were just following every single one of them.
Yeah, and she keeps sending me fucking bullshit. Fuck off, loser. You're a loser, Francine. You heard it right from me. You're a fucking loser.
Now we move to Alberta.
Alberta.
For something not quite as strange, but still.
Oh,
everybody's aware of Centurion Project, and we
No.
got some more details about this, and we're going to
brutal.
look into it now. It is brutal. So everybody
fucking
knows
brutal.
about the information leak, and we got some more information as to what they were going to do with it too. Highlights from the Centurion. Oh, hang on a second. I'm going to do one thing here, which is I'm going to read them out of the panels because they do flash across rather quickly. Here we go. During this live stream, these grifters explain why they stole your data, how they intend to use it to manipulate both their separatism plot and the outcome of the future elections in Alberta. Centurion Project is behind the massive leak of personal information of every registered voter in Alberta. These clips are from the live stream hosted by Max of freedomcalendar.net. Tim Hooven, Emmett Kelsey are both founding members of Centurion Project, along with David Parker of Take Back Alberta. They are also closely connected to TBA, Take Back Alberta, Alberta Prosperity Project, and the UCP, because of course they're all connected together. This slide I accidentally already read. 1. Where Emmett admits that this database was presented at the White House at some point in March. Why does the U.S. need info on Alberta voters?
What the Centurion project is a project to coach people to become community organizers and to inspire others to also do the same, so that we can bring about the change that we wish to see. Now, the current focus of the Centurion project is the referendum, and we are using a new developed app. It's actually so groundbreaking that a few weeks ago was presented to the White House. This is going to revolutionize how campaigns are run, and we're kind of the guinea pigs with it. And so far, it's been a great launch off.
2, where Tim and Emmett explain they have bigger plans for this app than just the referendum, including voter manipulation and interference in municipal elections.
They're saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, there's no censors. There's no filter, guys.
We want to manipulate voter.
We
want to interfere in municipal elections.
We're just here to do crimes.
Crimes. Fucking treasonous goofs.
Interesting. So, for example, that the referendum, that could be very handy to perhaps, I'm just spitballing here, to perhaps work on how to get people, let's say, do town halls and everything, but also at the municipal level, we can also use this application to, let's say, elect or help city councilors that are more aligned to our values. Is something that is fair to say or fair to...
Yes, exactly. It's not just a tool we're going to use for 6 months and then throw away.
Where Emmett admits that the database was created using the voter information collected by Elections Alberta. Information they're not supposed to have.
So, as a canvassing app, you're going to have a list of electors to claim. Other apps may geotag based on where you currently are, but in this app, you're searching and claiming people that you personally know.
So could it be fair to say that if you see my name over there, is because I was already registered already?
No, this is just publicly available data of everyone in the province that is an elector.
Oh, so data from Elections Alberta type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Elections Alberta data.
Publicly available data. Anybody can access it. Okay.
Yeah, that's a stretch. Where Emmett explains that Alberta citizens will have no way of opting out of this non-consensual use of their personal information. Remember, no Albertan gave permission for this use of their data here. This is supposed to be used for election purposes only.
Listen.
Any options to kind of opt out from that database, or?
I mean, no, because you can't opt out of Canada Post, for example.
Verhoeven explains the MLM structure of Centurion project, which is exactly how TBA works. The goal is to predetermine the outcome of elections and referendums.
The purpose of this is that by October 18th, we've got 1.5 million yes votes. We know where they are. We know how to reach them through you, so that on the morning of October 19th, you get on your phone, you talk to your 10, you say, you get out and vote. And your 10 talk to their 10, get out and vote. And we will know the day before the election what the result's going to be, because we've got the best organization in the province.
Illegally acquired information. 6, where Hooven denies foreign funding and claims that the app was paid for by their fundraising in Alberta weeks before they were registered as a TPA on April 24th.
Are there any charges for this? How this project has been financed?
Well, it was not with American money. It was not with Russian money. Was not with Chinese money. We are fundraising and getting money from Albertans, and that is how it will be funded.
Sure, bud.
Yeah. No U.S. interest in this whatsoever.
Right.
Except for all the U.S. interests we keep finding in this. Number 7, where Emmett explains how the app bypasses the rules enforced by normal political canvassing software and puts ownership of your data in the hands of whoever decides to claim you.
That sounds great.
Okay, I've done a little bit of volunteering with provincial parties here, and one app they use is Engage, which is a web-based application as well. What it does is it geotags a person to a location, and then it presents a list of households in that area. So it's predominantly for door knockers. And it's a very centralized app, actually. You have to wait for someone to authorize you to get into the app. And then the data is also centralized. It's only available to the party. Whereas this, the person that does the survey, the data is theirs and it's available to them. And the responsibility is on them to get out the vote rather than relying on the party to do it.
Wait. Aren't these the same people that were freaking out?
We've got a few canvassers who have signed up.
Sorry about that.
Aren't these the same people who freaked out about the government having your data, the government spying on you, the government using your data for nefarious reasons? These are the same fucking fuckwads that are part of the convoy and shit like that that were spewing the garbage. 100% these guys are.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we're afraid of government tracking, government interference, government overreach, but...
so we'll be the government that does that instead.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to check. I'm saying this with confidence because they're separatists and they're fucking idiots. But I feel like these guys definitely have to be convoy adjacent or convoy supporters or convoy organizers. Anyways, carry on.
All right.
Who have signed up, and they found about 250 people who want to separate. They want independence. Who have
number 8, where Hooven explains how Centurion Project used this app to collect signatures from the separation petition. Again, they were not registered with Elections Alberta until April 24th, 11 days after this live stream. So they didn't have legal.
We've got a few canvassers who have signed up, and they found about 250 people who want to separate. They want independence, but they have not signed the petition yet. So they got in their car and went and got 250 more names. And as we move closer into May, as we move and get more people signed up, that number of want to separate but haven't signed yet is going to grow, which is going to help push us way over the top of that 177,000 that Mitch has to reach.
Give me a second here. If we don't ensure that everyone... Oops. That's my fault here. If we don't ensure that everyone involved in this massive data breach sees serious criminal consequences, this will only be the beginning. This is not a test. Our very democracy is at stake. And just your general privacy, I'd say.
The referendum in 2026 on Alberta independence is going to be the test bed for a practical use for this project. Is that right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Please share and spread widely. Yeah, I mean, Christ. The entire Elections Alberta database was not to be ever used publicly, or never to be used this way. Like to grab it and throw it onto the web. That's just, first of all, that's just a massive breach. A lot of people that are in that's in that listing will give permission for Elections Alberta to have that information for electoral purposes, but only for them to have it. A lot of these people might be out of the phone book for all sorts of personal safety reasons, let alone just personal reasons. Right. And regardless of which one it is, if you choose not to make yourself public, you don't get yourself listed up in the phone book, you're not on social media, you're not into any of these places, you don't want to be on a public database. That's openly
Even if
available.
you are
You
on
can
social
search.
media, it doesn't mean that anybody can access your shit. Like,
Agreed. But I'm taking the most extreme sort of case as to you've done everything that's in there. These people have just taken that away without your consent. Period. Like I would also see this as an interesting thing where, and I'm curious if a civil lawyer in Alberta is looking into this, but is there something for class action lawsuit for the Albertans to
oh,
sue Centurion Project for violating their privacy?
not just Centurion Project, but Elections Canada for not keeping their or Elections
Not
Alberta.
Elections Canada,
Sorry,
Elections Alberta.
I meant Elections
Yeah.
Alberta for not keeping their
Now,
their
so
information safe.
so that could be something that get challenged, but Elections Alberta did everything up to their rules, and the point where it got went sideways is the Republican Party of Alberta, shocker, took the information because it was their database that they gave, and they gave it to Centurion Project. And this was proven by Elections Alberta because they had this entire story about this. They salted the list. They put in some extra fake names
Yeah, I
in
know.
every single list,
Yeah,
and that's how they
so that
determined
they
it was
would
the Republican
know
Party.
who was the one who shared the data, like who breached the data.
Exactly.
So I did a quick search on Tim Hoven, and he's on Facebook. This guy has no choice but to cheat if he's going to cheat. Because if you are a politician or whatever he is trying to, win something or whatever, you need a following. This guy, unless he had another post before, only has 595 followers. That's not going to win you an election in Alberta. It's not going to win you anything, period. And maybe he's fine with the fact that people's personal information is out there, like their phone numbers and addresses, because this idiot put his own phone number, contact info, right there on his page, like an idiot. But I don't see anything about Convoy, but I don't think he's been on Facebook that long, or at least this particular. Yeah, he says politician. It's his politician page.
So I've just been made aware, including the person that's actually Vintage, is the wonderful person that's been giving us a lot of the heads information in regards to the Kenny. Sorry, not Kenny. You'll understand why I say Kenny in a minute.
I know.
The entire Alberta situation.
Yeah.
But Jason Kennedy is now involved in this because this database was used to dox him and get information about him. And he is now openly stated on Twitter that not only has this been a terrible thing, because it is, but he's now looking into retaining legal counsel to seek advice and recourse regarding this outrageous and potentially dangerous violation of my privacy. So he could be suing them, or whatever the outcome is going to be. There is going to be an attempt.
And that's the thing. Everybody has to speak to a lawyer to start an action, and then eventually it just gets piled into one class action suit, or but like Centurion, if that, who's that guy who was talking, the one that developed the app? He looks like a basement dweller. Like, he doesn't look like he has any fucking money at all. And I know they got funding.
Emmett? Yeah, I believe that was Emmett. That was the individual's name, and who is tied to the Centurion project. But yeah, these three are the ones that kind of drove the entire thing, and then others like David Parker kept on pushing it out to other people. And just to show you the people that that David Parker would push out this app to help them get more people involved. I'm sure you won't be surprised.
It's the easiest thing I've ever used in politics. I'm really proud of. Like, we didn't make it to be like this amazing, cool, like with all these features. It's simple. It's literally like a phone book. You
It
search for
literally
people
is,
you know.
and I can tell the audience that literally I went to the site,
Literally?
I signed up, and it's literally a matter of picking a community
Literally?
and then searching for names, and they just pop up, and you claim.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Have we given the
Oh
website?
yeah, so the website is thecenturionproject.app.
Right here.
But
There you are.
you have your own link, Tamara, if you wanted to share that one that people could sign up for, that then they'll be signing up through you.
Yeah.
Look at those dumb fucking bitches, those losers, those fucking goofs sitting up there talking about splitting up Canada when all we fucking heard from those idiots, not only during the convoy, but also during the POEC, that they're trying to unite Canadians. Eat shit, you separatist goofs. And fuck, I called that shit out in front of the POEC. I fucking called that shit out. I called her out and called him out over and over and over again about how they are fucking separatists. And they tried to fucking, act like they changed or something. No, you're all fucking goofs, and we knew you were goofs from the beginning. Fucking losers. Racist, fucking white supremacist, fucking ignorant, homophobic, transphobic losers who should just pack their shit and move to the United States. Okay, get the fuck out of Canada. You're not Canadian. Take your fucking Canada flag off your goddamn porch, off your goddamn car, off your goddamn everything. Canada, Canada. And now you're fucking trying to break up Canada. Eat shit and die. Choke on it.
I hear James Bowder's got room in his RV.
Yeah, fuck. Get the fuck out. Go claim asylum over with Donald Trump. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's working well for James. I don't think he's got the asylum yet. Get that meeting.
Yeah, with Donald Trump. Good luck with that, loser. You were a loser here and you're a loser over there. The same goes for fucking Tamara and Chris. God, they look like Muppets. They fucking look like Muppets. Put their pictures back up. Put those fucking ugly mugs back up. Bunch of fucking Muppets. Look at those. God. Yikes. Ugh. Fucking master race right there. Doubt it. Anyway. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Very spicy. Which brings us back to the
I fucking hate those people. I'm sure you know.
I couldn't tell.
Them.
Yeah. We're gonna now get to the last part here.
Peace and love.
The hour. Speaking of which, we're now going to talk about this one right here.
Oh yeah.
Yes. She had quite the day today, and this ended up you know what?
It's 2 years and a month.
2 years and not even a month.
Almost.
Not even, no, because I mean it's May 6th now. But the entire thing started April 27th.
Well, the charges stem from April 15th, 2024. But yes, I was arrested on April 27th. And the entire, okay, so I don't know. I can't get into the whole thing. I mean, we're almost overdue.
Yeah.
And we will talk about this.
Before you let you go through the short version here, I'm also going to invite anybody else, if they've got questions, go ahead, drop them into the comments, and we'll go through them as well as we can.
And a lot of you guys have been following along. But essentially, I got charged with 9 charges. By the time I got to court, there were 7 charges, and one of them was modified because they had modified it the second time I got arrested. The second time I got arrested, after they tried to claim that I was anti-Semitic and hate motivated, garbage pile, because that's what they do, right? If you say don't kill children, well, you're anti-Semitic. But anyways, there is a lot of missing information that wasn't provided to the jury. I am disappointed. I was very much looking forward to having a jury so that I could use that opportunity to, like at the beginning, the judge who set our trial dates said this is a very political trial, and these things take time because the Crown only wanted a 2-day trial. Remember that, you guys. The Crown asked that we only have a 2-day trial for these charges, and we wanted an 8-day trial. In the end, my fucking trial was 16 days. Okay? Murderers don't even get that many fucking days, okay, of a trial. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous, the amount of resources that were spent on this fucking trial. But then there's also the other trial because, God forbid, I squeezed a dog toy, which this judge, my judge, Justice Hackland, just found out about on Friday and was
like, I remember the facial expression he had.
He's
when he
like,
found out that your entire 9 months started because of a dog squeak toy.
Yeah.
His tone and everything just suddenly changed as to, wait, what?
Yeah. And just somebody said all because of a whistle. And yeah, you know what? The expert that I had, so the expert that the Crown had four resources, I believe, in her paper to the jury. One of them was her own her own paper that she wrote. One of it was AI, and 2 of them were Facebook posts. Okay, if I remember it correctly. My expert is a 55+ year teacher, studied it, researcher, teaches interns. Like he's the one who introduced the cochlear implant in the Toronto sick kids, and it's now one of the largest, if not the largest, in the world of cochlear implants for children.
I've known some people that have used it down there.
Right. And so he knows how the inner ear works. He knows how sound works. He knew all of it. He's published 187 papers, 44 of them, if I remember correctly. I'll go through all of the notes later, but this is just an overview. 44 of them were used in other publishings. He knows the who's who in all of these in these areas. The Crown tried to bring up a study and misinterpreted it, and he corrected her and said, I know these 2 researchers very well. This guy is from Harvard and this one is from wherever. I know them very well. And it was very frustrating that I couldn't, they decided to make it not political, even though it was political whenever the Crown side wanted to talk about the politics of it. But they had to, say what they wanted to say, but then say, but this is not political. Okay, then why'd you say all that fucking shit? And judge, same thing. Why are you saying all this shit if it's not political? And why can't I get into the politics of it? But anyways, I just stuck to the script. Of course, I have some regrets about things that I probably could have said or should have said. I'm proud of sticking to the truth. I'm proud of telling everything that happened. And in the end, I'm not like the jury should have seen what they needed to see. But when the time comes, and I'll have the transcripts, and I will have the words that were spoken by the victims, and I will love to juxtapose it with the video evidence. And then I would love to use the judge's words today. He got the facts so wrong. And like all of them, from the amount of time that I've spent in jail. Okay, he said I got arrested on April 28th. No, I got arrested on April 27th, and I did spend a night in custody. And then I got rearrested. Even the Crown doesn't fucking know. And he's going by what the Crown wrote. Then I got arrested on September 1st. No, I got arrested on August 31st. And why does this matter? Because it's time and a half. So instead of 507 days, not that it would have mattered in his judgment, because he went ahead and gave the Crown the 10 months for the assault with a weapon and the 7 months with the criminal harassment. When but it was 510 days that I spent in jail, technically, not 507 days. But in the end, it's roughly 17 months, and he went ahead and gave the Crown that piece. Nora.
So it is time served.
It's time served.
Huh.
Yes, they ate up all the time that I had served in jail. And Nora had rightfully put a 547 pages, I believe, book of authorities of different case law in these cases where, much more serious crimes, they've received an absolute discharge. And we're talking about crimes like a man strangling his wife.
Well, hang on. We have to specify why this is relevant in regards to your charges that they were doing is because it was criminal harassment, I believe it was. Right?
Criminal harassment, because I followed, according to his facts, not the facts, okay, that I followed somebody for 3 to 4 minutes. Never seen this person before. This person alleged to be completely innocent. My testimony was that, and this is the truth, that this person exited the building and went straight for a woman who was holding a sign, literally just standing there holding a sign. And I was down the way. Like, I was with a group of people, and I happened to be looking towards that area, and he comes down the stairs and goes directly to her and tries to rip her sign out of her hands. Okay. He chose violence from the moment he got, and he's smirking when he's coming out. Okay. And then the next thing, he goes right for the drummer who was down the way and tries to rip out the drumstick. This is not just some innocent person. We didn't just swarm this guy. Okay. That's not what really happened. And then wasn't successful pulling out the drumstick. So beelined it towards me because I'm blowing the whistle in like, hey, over here to the PPS. I'm not even moving. And this guy pushes somebody and tries to grab my whistle. And I'm pissed because this is the second assault that happened within 5 minutes or whatever, and the PPS did nothing. And I pursued. Now, the PPS guy was with this guy when he was walking, and they had video footage. Okay, guys, that whole ordeal with the 4 people that he came out and came after, the video footage from the CCTV showed me walking. And they trained the camera on me, by the way. But the fucking idiot behind the camera it was either done on purpose or he's a fucking idiot. But I'm going to show you what happened. You see me walking, and all of a sudden the camera's following me, does this, and is just staring at a wall for like an entire minute. And then he tries to adjust. It goes like this. And then he adjusts it to where we were. That's the footage. Missing the entire fucking event of this guy doing that. Okay? And why are they training a camera on me? Because their excuse was because I was trespassed from the parliament. How many people have been trespassed from the parliament? Are you guys following those people with your camera? I call bullshit, okay? But it's fine. At some point, another angle will be coming out. Other angles, hopefully, now that this is over. And people who were at this protest, that I didn't know. Like, I don't know who these people are. They were there, but I don't know their names. I don't know any of this stuff. Why didn't you get footage from them? First of all, I was in fucking jail this whole time. Okay, almost the whole time. So how am I going to do that? And you stop me from going to these protests. So I'm not connected with these people in that way. And they're masked. I don't know who they are. You're blaming me? Like, I don't have to produce evidence. The onus is on you to prove the case, barring people telling the truth. Okay, so that's fine. This is how it goes, and the truth always comes out eventually, and that's what I believe, and that's why I'm okay with this. It should have turned out different, but it didn't. But again, the truth comes out, whether in this life or the next. I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with that. But then listening to the judge getting the facts wrong today was it was frustrating on Friday, but like I had posted earlier, there was a message that came into me Friday early morning that just reminded me that this system is the same system, and we just went over it tonight, is the same system that genocided First Nations and Indigenous people right here on Turtle Island, and are complicit in the genocide in Gaza. Okay. So I do not have high expectations of our justice system, especially having gone through it. And the fact that I am treated far more severely for a squeaky toy or a whistle or any of this bullshit, 3 minutes of walking, than a man who strangles his wife, than a woman who beats her child with a belt, then whatever. Don't tell me this is not political. Of course it's political. And then to have this psycho of a fucking moron named Michael Tepper from Toronto. This guy is a lunatic. Okay. You've seen him in some of my videos and other videos of how he behaves. Like, he's and the thing is you guys know me. I'm like, are you mad? Are you? This is joking. Like, me making fun of people. He is that way. He loses his fucking mind. He is the exact person that I would be mocking. Psychotic. This psycho came and read his letter about whatever. He's the Canadian Anti-Semitic Educational Foundation, cheered on that I went to jail for squeaking a dog toy at neo-Nazis, but I'm the anti-Semite. He cheered for Nazis. He picked Nazis that day because I went to jail, and still trying to claim that I'm anti-Semitic when I confronted actual neo-Nazis, a guy who quotes Hitler, a guy who's a Hitler apologist. This psycho thought that it would be okay to go up to my lawyer on a break. She's sitting there beside my 78-year-old mother having a conversation. And I went to the bathroom, and I come out to see him over her with his fucking phone out at her with a tweet of me yelling at her about me and like threatening her that if she doesn't start telling the truth or saying whatever he wants her to say, he's going to file an LSO complaint and he's going to go after her license in the middle of my fucking proceeding. You psycho piece of shit, yelling. Okay, there was about 4 or 5 dozen people in that on that floor around that area, because we had about 3 or 4 dozen people in my courtroom, maybe 3 dozen, and then there was the police officers, and then there were other lawyers and other people waiting for court, and the sound that carries throughout the entire courthouse. But just on that floor, about 4 or 5, there's about 60 people, maybe give or take 50 or 60 people who heard this psycho yelling at my fucking lawyer. In a 10-minute break, we're about to go back in. I told that guy, I said, So my lawyer said, do not engage with them, do not talk to them. And so I tried to honor that, but I wanted to go for a smoke at the same time. I tried to honor that, but I said, leave my fucking lawyer alone, you psycho. And then I go downstairs. And I said, I'm going for a smoke. And someone's like, what did you say? I said, I'm going for a smoke. And I called him a fucking psycho. But he had done this so loudly that the detective on my case, Detective Duff, okay, who's there to see me, I don't know, convicted, whatever, not convicted, but sentenced, or in case he has to testify. I don't know why he was there anymore, but he was there. He went to my lawyer, he went to Nora and said, if he comes to you again, I'll deal with it. Well, first of all, Detective Duff, it would have been great if you went up to her while he was doing it instead of waiting till he walked away. But okay, I don't know. And then he goes and starts yelling at the Crown. And he put it on his own post saying, the jury or the court didn't get to hear that Deana does this all the time. Yeah, they did, you asshat. I fucking testified to it, that I had never been, I've done it in front of police many times, never been cautioned, never been arrested, never been an issue. Nope, it's very unremarkable. Nobody ever makes any faces except for the fucking, liars, in my opinion.
People who want to politicize it.
Yeah, like Karima or fucking Michael Tepper or whatever. Yeah. Anyways.
We're going to wrap this up now because we're past the time. But there's one question that was in there, and I don't know if there's anything you want to say. Is there anything about the next steps that you want to share right now, or did you want to reserve till later?
No, I'll just say really quickly. This and the cause disturbance, that's happening October 8th is the appeal date for that one.
Okay.
Okay. It's already in. The factum has been submitted, all that stuff. So appeal courts are apparently where things go to die. So I don't have high expectations of any of these appeals. And yes, I'm going to appeal. I am appealing the assault with a weapon for many reasons. I won't get into them. There are definitely very good arguments. I am going to be appealing the criminal harassment charge. But all in all, I'm not going back to jail. Okay, so, and I knew that in advance. I just kept my mouth shut because it's funny to watch people think that they can predict what is happening, and they thought I was going to go to jail for 10 years, and psychotic people. But I knew I wasn't going back to jail, or the Crown wasn't asking for it. But the judge also stated, this is important. The judge also stated that he has no doubt that I am very respected within my property management field, and that in his whole time, okay, he's retiring this month because he's 75. In his entire time, he has never seen the amount of character reference letters and the quality of the character reference letters describing who I am. And he has no doubt that I'm very respected within this community of Ottawa, and that I'm very well established, and 50 years almost of, I'm almost 50, of no criminal record, nothing. He made a comment that he is, I don't remember how he admires or he appreciates or something, the advocacy that I do for people who are economically or find themselves in economic difficulty or other vulnerable groups. Because I had so much from my community, and I have to thank everybody for this, because the way that you see me, that's on this paper, is really touching, and it makes you don't do good things for recognition, and that's not why I do those things. And in fact, many of the things that I did, only certain people knew that I did those things. I even forgot about most of them because it's just this is how we have to, this is, in my opinion, this is how we have to survive as people, is that we have to do things for each other. We have to help each other. And then they came back and they helped me, or the people who saw me helping people helped me. And my mom taught me, and it's in my religion, that every bad deed, if we're going to do it kind of like a point style, but it's not really, is, you know, every good deed is worth 10 times what, you know, worth 10 times what a bad intention or a bad deed is. And it came back to me tenfold. The kindness and the letters and the support from my community was so important and so appreciated. And anyway, I'm appealing both of those charges. I haven't put in my appeal yet because you usually wait until after the sentencing, because the judge is notified if you're going to be appealing. So that will be going in soon. I'll be submitting it myself, and then we'll be working on who is going to be representing me in this. And then, of course, it's going to cost money. I'm telling you right now, a lawyer told me when I first got out, his dad took the government to court, and it was like 15 years, he said. And he said, you know, the moral of the story is fighting the system is just not worth it. And he doesn't know me, or he does know me. That's why he told me the story, but I'm still not changed by it. I'm going to take this all the way. A sound weapon? Are we fucking for real?
I would also say clearly he has never met you if you're going to give up on something easily.
Yeah.
That's something I could have said. No.
My expert said point blank, there is no way she caused any damage with the way that she used that whistle. No way. None. 55 years of experience. Knows all there is to know. No way she caused any damage to this, or no way she could have caused any damage with the use of this whistle. Okay, so anyways,
we're going to look forward to seeing more developments as they come out. Obviously, this is not going to be anytime soon, not till at least the fall for the first one. But we'll keep you updated, and I'm sure Deana over the next little while will be giving more details in regards to everything I came across, in regards to the court cases, information that we can release, so on and so forth. So yeah, definitely keep following us, and we'll let you guys know. Till then, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Free Palestine, as always. And
I can go to protests.
Yeah.
I could be back with the community that has been robbed from me for fucking 2 years. That is a big deal. And that's why you see me quite happy. I needed to say this, because the judge is also not the type, he believes in freedom of assembly. He believes in people's right to their own thoughts. He doesn't care what was on social media. He believes in our right to this part of the democracy. He's old school that way. And he also said, do you notice when I say device that I'm not including your voice, Ms. Sharif? You have a very loud voice if you want to have a very loud voice, and you keep using that voice, which I will. My voice
absolutely
is louder than the whistle.
Oops, I think I targeted the wrong one.
Free Palestine.
Absolutely.
Trying to queue up the last one.
Yeah, sorry about that. Stuck in PDBO. Stuck in Peterborough. Was not intended to you. Hopefully I corrected that. If not, you can reach out and I'll make sure to correct that. In the meantime, good night, everybody. And of course, we always have one last thing. Enjoy.